Welcome back to Guillens World, a crazy week of baseball. We got Ozzie Guillen, the legend, One Guillen, best dressed man on this show.
I should not be wearing a beanie right now, but it was 72 days ago.
Well, it's like 31 degrees.
Now it's back to the cold. I was just telling my dad the other day that we were flicking through the TV and I was like, man, I wish there was some spring training baseball right now, because the NBA is kind of, getting a little, I'm a big NBA fan, but getting a little dull. You already know who's going to be in the playoffs. Only exciting thing is a playing game. So I said it'd be kind of cool to watch some baseball. We have been watching some college baseball. So there's that. And I've been watching some JUCO, some NAIA. My high school team's about to get started. So we got
talk about the stupid old Madrid. You were watching Madrid.
Oh, that's different.
Okay, that's what I said. Like,
we're
watching Madrid. I'm going to sleep.
On Wednesday, other than the fact that I have kidney stones, on Wednesday I might pass out. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
You know what?
I actually want to.
You know what's going to be better? Tell Cristiano Ronaldo to kick the shit out of goddamn kidney stones.
I don't. Before we jump in our topics, anybody out there that's ever had kidney stones, my heart and soul are with you. Probably the most painful thing I've ever felt as a man. Second most painful thing. It is ridiculous. My dad, he basically golfs with kidney stones. I don't know how he does it, but
so you're talking about sports, and this is what we're going to talk about the whole day today. I don't watch the NBA. I don't care what the NBA does for me.
You used to be a big NBA.
I used to be an NBA fan. When the rules started changing, they didn't care.
So basically, Ozzie does the same thing. He implies. He goes, the NBA is getting softer. I'm not watching anymore. So you're not going to watch baseball?
Major League Baseball. I wish there was another league. They might be cricket. That's what we're going to get into right now. We're going to kick it off with something positive, sort of positive. I know these guys have bigger opinions. So Major League Players Association, it basically dropped the, with all due respect, whatever I say after this, don't get offended with it. But it's basically when you say with all due respect, they're still in lockout. That doesn't change anything. They started a $1 million fund for all those people that are affected from the.
Why you laugh?
Because the math doesn't make makes zero sense. $1 million fund, which is very nice. It's very cute. $1 million fund for all those employees affected by them deciding no, with the owners locking themselves. They created a nice little $1 million fund.
It's funny is that two things that's really funny is that, don't you think that $1 million is not what it used to be? That's the number one thing. Yeah. And $1 million for the MLB is literally
no for the players.
Oh, this is not MLB. This is a Players Association.
Yeah, but MLBPA. $1 million for the MLBPA is like it's like nothing. It's like you reach it down and getting a quarter.
Okay.
Once you break it down, employees, team, blah blah blah. What does it come down to?
Okay, first of all, that's a great PR.
Like do like a $10 million fund.
Whoever come up with this thing, by the way, Scabora, you have $100 billion.
Donate it.
How about you
doesn't
donate
$100 billion?
Well, whatever. He got more money than we are.
I don't think
he got more money. He got more money. He got more money than the players.
Do like Elon Musk.
Okay, thank you. Why not
donate?
Donate.
You know what? I love the MLBPA and the employees so much of the team.
Okay.
Here's $10 million of my own money.
Okay, no, 10. That's nothing. By the way, if you looking for $1 million and you say you're going to donate that to everybody, it's behind the scenes,
every team.
It's a tax write-off.
Camera guys, TV guys, radio guys, hot dog guys, security people. You look at, I'm not good at math, but you're looking around 1 million divided by 100 people. You talk about 1,000 people.
They're going to get.
You're talking about like, okay. They're gonna give pennies, okay? I want to know.
Here's your check. Okay. Here's your check with the LBPA.
$2,
and it's like it's like
$30,
$400.
No, Joe, you're going way far. No way far.
It doesn't.
No way.
You're saying it's less than that?
Yes, it's like 100.
If they did $100 million for every
for the White Sox employee, that's different.
That's different.
But Major League Baseball,
come on, bro. It makes.
That's the most ridiculous thing.
It's not good PR.
You're better off. Go drive Uber.
No, that's a guy trying to be a good PR. Like, we saw a nice guy. We care about people. Wait a minute.
You're from Venezuela. That works on you.
Oh, we care about people. Wait a minute. By the way, I work in Major League Baseball. I will wait for my cut. They got to pay me because I'm losing money too.
Well, they didn't explain. So even if they just do vendors,
that's horrible.
Even if they just do vendors, it's not enough money. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. And again, it's a joke, just like this Players Association. And this is so hard to say because I have family members who are in the Players Association. I got family members who are former members. I don't think I dislike Tony Clark ever in my life as much as I dislike him now. I didn't think that I even cared about the Players Association. I care about it because they keep embarrassing themselves. They keep putting their foot in their mouth. Even the picture that they took, it was okay. The picture looked like there were a bunch of guys about to get on Spirit Airline, then going to Cancun.
Hey, don't knock
hold on. I didn't knock Spirit. I said a bunch of guys going on Spirit Airlines going to Cancun. Why? Because they were dressed like a bunch of 12-year-olds, little 18-year-olds going on spring break. They looked horrible. They dressed. They did not look professional. You think the owners walked in? No wonder Manfred was laughing at them. And again, I can't say I love Manfred, but I gotta say I'm looking at the two fighters, two heavyweights, and this guy just showed up drunk, overweight to the fight,
and the other one made weight.
And the other one made weight and looks amazing.
Well, another thing, Ozzy, I don't believe in race because I grew up. I'm from another country. Where's the Latino guys out there?
So trust me, for everyone out there, hey,
Ramos, he got a Latino last name, and
Ramos was not in the league. Ramos has pitched again. I'm so sorry. There had to be guys there because when I look at in the paper and I say, who are these guys? Somebody was like, Lindor was on a Zoom call. I'm sorry.
You're using the Conor McGregor. Who the
F is this guy? That's literally what I said. I was expecting if the game's on the line, there's a lot of guys to say,
who the fuck is that guy?
Marcus Stroman. Talk. Tim Anderson, change the game. Tatis, Jolito, all these guys that just tweet constantly. You're not changing anything tweeting. You should have been in that meeting. Even if you weren't invited to go in, at least be there trying to be like, look and say.
Wait a minute. Everybody in my time, everybody in your time, more than welcome to
correct. You could show up. Who were other players that are up there to speak up and say, hey, man, we're here to support? Those guys in the league that are about to get out of the league, okay?
They only got marketing, no?
Look, Scherzer was the main guy there, but I'm saying, like, we're the big name guys, all the marketing guys, the guys that want to complain.
It would have been great to see guys like.
And the Latino players always complain, and all the writers say, oh my God, nobody loves the Latino players. They don't get enough love. Where are you when the game matters? Where are you saying we don't want these rules changed? Because everyone in the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Colombia, Cuba, Panama, everyone that loves baseball the way it is they're texting me saying, are they really considering bigger bases?
Yeah.
like people are texting me saying, hey, Ozzy, what's going on? Like, they look at me like I'm like an insider. I'm like, I'm reading the same thing you are.
I honestly hope that MLB is the only one that adopts these rules. Like I don't want men's leagues. I don't want any league. I don't even want little league. We're gonna get a little league. It's like
they're gonna start saying we're playing with the special rules, the old school rules, meaning the old school rules. So going into that one. Then again, this is like our third topic. I said to jump in it so quickly because I'm so passionate about. I'm so mad about what the PA and how they've been dealing with stuff, and that $1 million to the cost. It looked like it looked like it was written in 1980s, and somebody took it out and said, "Hey, we're gonna use this one." It was written in 83. Embarrassing. Okay, anyone that's an idiot. You're an idiot if you believe that $1 million, you're an idiot.
A great idea, very bad.
Great idea,
very bad.
Great idea. Yes, meaning like I said, hey, I want to save world hunger. Here's two McDonald's meals.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much. I want to save world hunger. Oh, here's 2 meals. Yeah. Like, just say, hey guys, we don't have enough money. We're just gonna give $1 million. That's all we can afford. Or don't do anything, or just don't even make it that big of a PR. It was embarrassing. At least it's been more than the owners have done.
Anybody get money from that, please.
By the way,
show me the check.
Hey, by the way, the money you get.
So if you're a fan, okay, and you did receive money from this Major League Baseball, please take a picture of your check that you received, send it to us, share it on our social media. We'll give you a cool gift. You know, we just want to see what the checks look like, because here's the part that's funny. Somebody wrote me on Twitter, a Jerry hater, an owner hater. What are the owners doing for the people of baseball? I said they're still employing every single person that works in that organization.
Yes,
and that's a lot of them.
And that's a lot. They're paying right now. Jerry Reinsdorf is paying everyone's salary that's working for the Chicago White Sox. Yes. They're paying them regardless if there's a season or not. And other Major League Baseball teams would do that, because you can easily say everybody's fired or close the door and say I'm not opening till the season starts, and he's not doing that.
Yep.
And that needs to be appreciated.
By the way, organizations are still
functioning.
Camps are open. Minor league guys have been working out there. It's just the big boys that aren't.
The big boys. So jumping to topic numero dos is one that I never thought that I would have so many friends in the media world that I talk so bad about the media, but this is what it is. The Twitter world is exploding between what media writers on what side. And our boy Pasan, actually, he's my boy because I'm friends with him. He got called out because basically they're saying that he was emailing and writing players and people involved to turn down the proposals that they were bringing. And a lot of people have a hard time with media people getting involved in telling players what to do. There's a part of me that says it really doesn't matter because they could be texting him as a friend and players are going to decide what to do at the end. But there's also a sense of like, you have a lot of power when you write. And now we have clown John Heyman on one side where people say that he's the owner's guy. And obviously I always side with Passan more than that because I don't think that he's a clown. I think Jeff's really good at what he does. But for the first time ever, we're seeing on Twitter, I think something that people have known for a long time, that writers actually take sides and they're leaking stories and writing on whatever camp they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, because writers.
That happened.
Writers are human.
We have writers pro Kenny Williams, and they have writers pro Ozzie Guillens.
Yeah, I think writers and
being cut. I can treat anybody say, hey man, wait, you guys care about this?
Yeah,
I don't say it's a big deal about it, but coming from Major League Baseball writers and the guy you really, really look up to, like, wow, I got to read this guy because this guy is real. It depends how you look at it. You know what I mean? Because I can say, you know how many times I write people, big people. I test big people in this situation. Huge. I never, ever say what they told me.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say here right now.
You know what's funny?
I'm going to say here.
Wow. For the people that are Guillen haters, the Guillens are not sharing information that is shared by big time people. Guess what? Because we don't do it all the time. We text managers, owners, people that are in baseball. Yes. We don't have to say what their thoughts are without saying our opinion because we're adults. But this is the part that's ironic about that, though. So the one person that I listen to a lot, and this is somebody that you admire him, but you don't love him, because I don't think he has a horse in this race, is David Sampson.
Oh God,
great show, by the way.
Great
if you haven't watched it,
listen to it.
But David does not have a horse in this race. David knows that he's never going to get back into baseball. He doesn't need baseball to make money off of it. He's just giving you his input.
The truth.
So I think as writer, and I don't hate this, I think Clown Heyman has to say certain things because he has a job to pick
or an agenda.
I know that Jeff has to, say things because again, the story, Rosenthal, my boy, who I'm always rooting for, Bob Nightingale, dropping it, making a comeback. Again, I think that these guys are at that level that you have to kind of like not pick a side because I think, Rojas, the Latino guy, is one of the best. He hasn't really picked a side, but I think that for the first time again, it's like with politics, guys, colors still come out. They're human beings.
Honestly, though, this stuff is a pretty crock of shit that they're not playing.
This is okay. So I'm gonna do it backwards. What do you think? Because this is how we're gonna close, but I'm just gonna switch it up. What do you think is the most important thing right now? And before you answer, I want you to close it out. What's the most important thing that you think now that they're arguing right now?
I don't know if it happened, but I love the fact that they were trying to raise the league minimum because I feel like people always look at the big contracts that guys have, whether that be a Scherzer or whatever. But you look at 2 or 3 guys on every roster, they're paid very well. But if you look at everybody else, they're not paid that well. And they're basically saying, hey, owners, you guys need to give us a bigger piece of the pie. Take care of those other guys that are elite, that are not superstar level, but even mid-level to lower guys. Those guys help you win games. Like if the Atlanta Braves, didn't get a guy like a Rosario or a Duvall, those guys help you. Yeah, those guys help you win World Series. So I think in a roster, obviously there's your big time guys and your lower guys. I would love to see the league minimum rise and make it more so that guys that are lower, because you know what, that $1.5 million extra, whatever it is going to mean more to that guy than Max Scherzer losing $1 million.
Well, so here's the part that I want to talk about that before Ozzie jumps in and gives his thought on that is we always think about the big contracts, and I'm going to blame fans for this. Your fault, especially White Sox fans. They go and sign somebody like Larry and they get mad. Why are we signing that guy? Where's Castellano? Everyone always cares about the big name guy.
Yes.
How many teams can really have 4 or 5 big name guys? You can't. So teams are built around those guys. And when you look at it, okay, and if you make $750,000, it's way different than $450. If you get called for 2 months and you do that breakup, I think it's a lot, you can survive a lot better.
Yeah, but what do people look at when they say Ozzie Guillens signed for $11 million with the Marlins? You're like, okay, pays agent.
Oh, yeah.
Pays taxes. What state are you in? Now, when you break that number down, wow, these guys are like.
So for the league minimum, so if you're in Toronto and you're in the league minimum, you're playing for very, very little money. So that's the part. And I think
here too.
Yeah,
here in Chicago,
Illinois,
taxes are just horrible. But I'm just saying when you're talking about that, and you brought up a good point. I wanted to ask you and said, you as a former player, okay, because people forget that you were a player for a long time, as a manager who has zero protection, as a coach who you have no protection.
You're on an island by yourself.
What do you think is the most important thing coming out of a lockout? People always like, it's not a strike. There's no baseball. Call it whatever you want. What do you think is the most important thing in your opinion that you were like, if you were looking at this and saying, man, I really hope that they get this up, like, because people are caught. I know the owners and the players really care about that tax. You know, how high can they go on the tax?
I do care about taxes.
No.
Artie Moreno.
The Artie, Tampa, there's a couple teams. Detroit, the Diamondbacks said if you go up over the threshold. By the way, no one that didn't get money from it, no one complained about that.
Well, a lot of people got money. The best thing happened to me right now, or one of the smartest things they're doing right now, fighting through it, is just take care of the minor league kids. The minor league kids, when you look around in the end of the year, making, I don't want to say how much I make. We're making $167 every 2 weeks.
Didn't Manfred get rid of minor league?
167. Okay,
wait, time out. You used to make $167 when?
Back in the day when I was
in so when you were playing minor leagues,
all the taxes and all the stuff,
you made $167 a check.
Okay, $167 a paycheck
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
There was no Uber then.
Okay,
would have been driving.
Okay, then nowadays I think the kids need to be better off, because if you go to those towns, you have to rent houses. That's why you see 30 kids living in minor league together, because that happened to me in the minor league. I got my 3 roommates. Then all of a sudden, one got released and one got to call up. I'm there by myself.
Pay rent.
Now I had to move with 20 guys in the same, you know, I mean, that we don't know. We got to put more attention.
What year were you in the minor leagues?
Wow, 81, 82.
So 30 years later. So 30 years later, there's still
not 30 years later.
37, 40?
No, that's the thing, man. That was 1980.
So it's what,
30 years later is 21. It's like almost 40 years later. 45 years later.
No, it's just not much different.
But minor leagues is crap. They don't take care of minor leaguers. They do not take care of minor leaguers.
And they always talk about them. Oh, this prospect. When you go to see them, jelly, let's say peanut butter jelly, Mountain Dew,
Dunkin' Donuts.
Go there and sit down. You know what I mean? It's same way with the coaches.
It's a culture shock.
It's like.
Well, it's also a culture shock if you're coaching for the New York Yankees and then you go coach for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
But I think that's the biggest difference. I think that's something that's not being addressed.
I think that's the best thing. The worst thing about I read about it, the stupid rules they make.
Whoa. We'll talk about.
No, wait a minute, because
the rules. That's a different. Subject.
I know, but why you want to make rules when they have bigger problems? Biggest problem in that strike, or they were talking about in meetings, to prove, okay, we're going to talk about this rule. Who care about that? We talk about more important
stuff. We got bigger fish
to fry. Yeah, that's you say it right. You know what I mean? Like,
it's priorities. I think that they're giving us the rule changes.
Yeah, priorities.
So we're doing exactly what we're doing right now, going nuts
and talk about the rules.
And talk about the rules and not talk about the real problem. And that's why we're going to get into it. But first of all, we want to talk about how you get fresh balls. And to talk about having fresh balls.
I need
our friends at Manscaped. Yes. We got Oni Guillens here.
Support for Guillens World is brought to you by Manscaped. Who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming? Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code Guillens20 at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that is about 8 million balls.
So you know what they should do? Major League Baseball.
We get sponsored.
Hold on. Major League Baseball. You donated $1 million.
For every,
you should get a Manscaped. For
every $1 million. You know what? Hey, Manscaped for you. It's probably worth more than check.
You know, it's funny. You're going to change your picture, and one person said, "You need a new one, fresh one." I said, "No, I'm going to bring him to have some fresh balls."
Do you think that would be even cooler? Like if it ever got down to the point of like this pitching change brought to you by, and the manager's like.
Fresh balls,
Mentos.
Oh, by the way, with this change, I want to see the first team that says
we're going sponsored. We're going Roger Dorn.
It said, you know, on the camera when they put the camera, it says the jab camp, and people are going to be doing the vaccine brought to you Pfizer.
Yeah.
And then the player's going to say, this player took this vaccine.
I mean, because if you want certain teams,
Pfizer can pay.
They're already putting on the mouth a fake.
So what are these rules that they're?
By the way, so talking about this, so the game of baseball, okay, has evolved and has changed, and we've kept things. And you've always evolved and changed, like the helmet, for example. The reason we have helmets when you hit safety, guys threw harder, you get hit in the head. Even the sighting and breaking up the double plays.
What would those guys think? The guys were like Abner Doubleday. They're like, these guys wear helmets? Yeah, you could get hurt.
Yeah, so, but the glove, okay, the evolution of the game. But even the breaking of the double play, I understand why they did it. Even the collision at home plate, I understand why they did it. Even though I'm an old school guy, I understand there was a benefit to it, meaning there's a safety situation. Recently in the rule changes, okay, and this is where the universal DH falls into, which I think it makes the game better because it adds jobs, okay?
And
no one wants to see a pitcher hit.
And entertainment.
Even entertainment-wise, but if you want to see guys strike out. But that's what I want to bring up. That's a dangerous word that you just brought up, entertainment.
Well,
because it's not entertainment. Because I'll tell you.
Well, MLB thinks that more offense brings more entertainment. So let me bring
just bring. But the only good entertainment was Elvis Presley.
No, Michael Jackson. That was a good. So they want to do this, okay? You guys are talking both about entertainment. I loved the NBA growing up. Okay, the NBA does not fit what I like and what I stand for. I don't watch the NBA that much. I watch a game here and there, but I don't buy tickets to games. Okay, I don't subscribe to the NBA package. So I'm a fan that technically you can say they lost because I'm like my wife. It's there. And I only do it for gambling or when I play parlays. It is what it is. Baseball now, for a couple of years, they've been doing this. They want to become everything else but baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, they want to be the NBA.
NFL.
They want to be the NFL. They're worried about we're not recruiting enough people in this demographic when there's more demographics that are growing. Like no one's ever said African Americans is down, but guess what? Japanese is up. Venezuelans up. They don't. They worry about that group. Oh, we need to go after this group. We want to take a game to England. Why don't you take a game to Mexico or to Dominican Republic that has more games? So the game has gone further away, and they've done it little by little. Second base, change the rule with the pitcher. Now this batter's going to face 3 batters because they thought that lefty on lefty was too hard.
Too many
and it was going to make the game too long, and we wanted a shorter game. But when you look at the average of a game in Major League Baseball, it's 3 hours and 14 minutes. Everyone thinks that all games are Yankees, Red Sox on ESPN. And the reason those games are long is because there's 7,000 commercials and 7,000 people talking about talking about Babe Ruth and Ted Williams, and they show all the Yankees fights and Pedro throwing freaking old man in the ground, and the games are 4 hours long.
It feels like those games are also high scoring.
High scoring, guess what? And they got Ozzie Guillen in the booth making $700,000 and A-Rod making $700,000, and they got all these guys because it's entertainment and marketing. They want to make the game more marketable. So now you're going to rules, okay, that are literally changing, and this is why I'm getting mad, the strategy of the game. So there's a rule that's just dumb because it's funny, and there's a rule that you're changing the strategy of the game. Bigger bases, let's start off with that one.
Why?
Because they say it's safer.
How do they know?
Because they tested on, they said they're safer.
I mean, it's
okay, who come, did Rokaru say that, or...
But safer how? I'm just asking though.
Home monitor said that no. Says
how many times have you seen a player? How many times have you seen a player round second base and pull at hamstring or like break his ankle? And how many games you watch?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Compared to again, you go Moises Alou, 1 out of
100.
They said less collisions. Okay, so you already took the double play away. So now bigger bases. If you're a baseball player, okay, and this is for the players union, and you play in the era with bigger bases. Talk about the Hall of Fame voting.
What's a diamond upside down? Is that no?
The voting in the Hall of Fame? I'm using that against you. It's soft.
How much bigger are we talking about here?
No, not much bigger, but it's funny though. Like bigger bases. Goofy. Okay, so make the home play better. For golf, this is like saying in golf.
Let's make the hole bigger.
Make the hole bigger. You want to make golf more fun? I'll shoot par every single time. Make the hole bigger because it's so hard. The small hole. Okay, so here's the next one. And everyone, do not hate Trevor Bauer because of the color of his skin. I'm going to say it because they don't like him because he's a white male. That's a lot of people don't like him like that. Don't like him because he makes a lot of dumb comments on Twitter because he might be known as an idiot. Don't hate him because of what he did. You can hate him for whatever reason, but don't hate this message that he made. He basically said what I've been saying for a while, and I'm just a fat kid.
Ban the breaking ball.
Ban the breaking ball.
You cannot strike me out with a breaking ball.
You cannot, no, ban the breaking ball because of shift. So in the game of the rules of baseball, okay, and some idiot and idiots on Twitter is like, but in NFL, this is not the NFL. This is not football.
The beauty of baseball is baseball.
This. So that's why they have.
No. The beauty of baseball is this, because they're also adding a pitch clock. The beauty of baseball.
Yeah,
the hair's not done. The beauty of baseball is this: there is no shot clock. There is no time. There is no time limit. You have to get the 27th out. You can't run out the clock. Hockey, NBA, soccer, hold the ball. Don't shoot. No. In baseball, so you can take 10 hours, but you got to get it out. So that is the beauty of the baseball
you cut me off.
Abner Doubleday created. So I'm sorry, but you're not the only one that's heated about this. As a purist.
A who?
A purist. A purist is a guy that loves the game for what it is. And there's going to be people out there that love the game, like our people over there at NYY News. We love the game the way it is because we know it's going to be 3 hours and we still love it. We love pitching changes. We love matchups. Purist. You don't need a pitch clock. You don't need any of that. We don't need robot umps. You don't need that. And we definitely don't need no fucking 14-team playoff participation trophy. There's 30 teams in the league. Half the league's going to make the playoffs now. Like, I don't know which one was a player. I think it was Turner who said it. Oh, Trey Turner, yeah. Oh, everyone's in the playoffs now. It's great. You got teams under 500 making the playoffs. A watered down, crappy. Making the playoffs is a big deal. It's a big deal to win a division. It's a big deal to go there. Now they want to have 14 teams make the playoffs. Obviously, the owners are the ones that want to get. They want to get money because the TV.
Say the truth why you don't want the 14-team playoffs.
Because shitty teams are going to be in the playoffs.
The White Sox are guaranteed the playoffs for the next 5 years.
I don't want to see. I do not. Before you say your piece, I do not want to see a team that is 84 and 84. We're in the playoffs. 82 and 84. Right. That is awful.
You're right.
Because it makes the regular season not matter.
It makes it the NBA.
It makes it the NBA. There's 8 teams in each conference. I'm like, what is the point of that? Isn't the point of winning a division, raising a banner? I know when you raise it, I'm like, this is a big deal. Like we did it. We beat the pack. Now it's like, oh, it's gonna be just like COVID. The COVID season, like we did it. No, you're not. That's not a real one. That's not a real ring. They know. That's why the players were against.
So I have a question. So is the COVID ring less than the Bam Bam ring?
They're both. No, the COVID ring is more.
The Bam Bam ring is not.
The Bam Bam ring. Bam Bam ring was the trash can. The trash can is below. There's a White Sox scandal, and then there's the Astros. Shoeless Joe Jackson and Carlos Correa. They're battling right there.
Okay. I give more credit to the Bang Bang ring than the COVID ring.
Yeah, because sometimes
they still had to play 162 games.
They can tell you like fastball's coming. You might miss it.
No.
Yeah, you might miss it.
You might miss it.
Yeah,
but you cheated your opponent.
Oh, okay,
you cheated your opponent in a whole different way. You cheated your opponent, basically saying you were cheating your opponent against the White Sox in the game in July.
Okay, so
winning 15-2.
So strategy wise though, the reason there's a foul ball and fair ball, okay, is because you can move anyone defensively as you want there. You can move all the guys like a clown show behind first base.
We say we can curse on here sometimes? I think Joey Gallo, the fact that they gave you the shifts, I would feel like the biggest, weakest person ever. Like, hey, they're changing the shifts. By the way, I'm going to be good. Watch him. You know what? If he goes out and Joey Gallo hits 210 again, I was like, that is awful.
He will hit 210 again.
So let's take the bet. There's a part of me that wants the rule just to embarrass him.
Just to watch him.
There's another part of me, okay? If that rule is implemented, there's a lot of guys that are known for a lot of different things, good and bad.
No, I want to see.
But Joey Gallo forever will be known as the softest player. I don't care if you go out there and you fight the whole Red Sox team with no shirt on. You'll be known as the softest because he's the only one that's been vocal about saying they need to ban this. There's other players that might be thinking it, but they haven't said it.
Well, why?
Think about how many more hits you had if they didn't.
I hit 200.
So basically, I don't even know how it's gonna work. Like if you're playing shortstop, you say, hey,
time out.
Hey, you can't take two.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, you cannot shift. how the umpire know? Are they going to do like a soccer game? Like
lines.
Like
he's offside.
No. They're going to put a guy with the flag outside.
So guys, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not a baseball expert. I don't think I'm good enough to be a coach. But here it goes. Ways to beat the shift. The ways to beat the shift. Barry Bonds, the greatest player of all time to play Major League Baseball. He wasn't shifted. You know why? Because Barry was 40 and he still steals second. So they didn't put him on first. Hit the ball the opposite way 3 times, they won't shift you. Guess what? In the shift, if you got a runner on first, you can steal second. So they usually won't shift you if there's a runner on first. Or you know how they won't shift you? If there's a runner on second, they won't shift you third base because then you'll just run to third base. Guess what? Strategy. But guess what? Players in this generation, I'm going to say it, care more about offensive stats, okay, and fantasy baseball fans than the win.
Yes.
You want the game to change? Stop paying guys to strike out 200 plus times because the shift is not going to change that. Guys are still going to hit 210 and strike out 200 plus times because they know they're going to get $200 million because we think being a great baseball player is hitting 40 plus home runs and hitting 210. And that's how we measure the game now.
Give me the 80s. Give me the 90s. Give me guys that
give me juicing back. I will want guys that were everyone juicing.
Guys that were sliding
I'll take juicing.
Year 2000. Chin music, fights breaking out at second. That's
okay. They wanted to make the game safe. They wanted to make the game safe. Anything thrown above the head, you're out of the game. No head hunting.
That's fair.
That you say?
That's fair.
That's fair.
If you want to, I always say that if you're gonna beat somebody,
okay, but say as a rule, you go above the head, and the umpire thinks you threw at his head. The discrepancy, you can say you're out of the game. That's making the game safe.
That's the reason you see so many stupid thing in baseball, like bat flipping, picture taking, all that stuff. It's not respect for it anymore.
I can only imagine if someone took a picture in the 80s, like
what?
I saw the even Ozzie Smith. I saw him in yeah, someone slid hard into them. And they started going after them. I'm like, look at this. The two smallest guys on the team.
Yes.
The two smallest guys on the team. Said, you don't come in here.
I think it was Clark. Will
Clark. Yes. That's what he was.
Charmin baseball. Okay, change the game to Charmin baseball. This might be known as the generation that ruined the game. I have a better proposal. And I wish that I had the money to invest in this because obviously this is what baseball is.
You want to make the XFL.
No. There's a game called cricket. There's a lot of people out there that might be a little slow. They've never seen it because they're stuck in the United States. Go watch cricket. A guy sits there with a sort of thing that looks like a mallet, a bat, and a guy's trying to strike him out, and they throw it very weirdly. The rule of the game is there's a guy hitting, okay, and then you only run back and forth, not in circles. And you don't use gloves. So you hit it.
Go play cricket.
No, you can play a version of cricket. Joey Gallo and all his friends will come up to hit, and then they'll bring all the guys, just like what they're showing on social media, when they're bringing all the guys to pitch, and they'll put the pitch velocity and the launch angle, and then you put 10 batters and 10 batters. And then I'll hit. The moment I don't hit a ball out, I get 3 outs. And if I don't hit the ball out after 3 outs, the next guy comes to hit. And you make it a version of baseball with pitchers. Nobody fielding, maybe just one guy in the outfield.
Chasing balls,
and you're just hitting. And then you put like Top Golf. You hit it here, you get 5 points. You get it here, and then you make the game as fast as possible because there's a clock. So it's the pitcher has to compete against you with the clock. And then every time you hit it, you can have a freaking clown jump out of the outside. And then you make a game that's not baseball and leave baseball to the fans that want to watch baseball in Venezuela, Cuba, Panama, Dominican Republic, Mexico, parts of the United States. This is what means when you're talking about change the game. If this is what you want to change the game to, it's a joke.
Okay, Ozzie, but I know. Okay, who running the game right now? The guy he never played ping pong.
You want to help somebody against a shift? Or somebody to become a better pitcher? Stop hiring people with no credentials. Stop hiring people that basically because they can do an Excel spreadsheet and type well on Slack.
Yes.
Could be a coach. Maybe that guy will teach somebody to hit the opposite way. I saw a video of Bobby Abreu teaching a young kid how to hit. Okay? Maybe make Bobby Abreu a hitting coach.
Yeah,
maybe a Bobby Abreu will teach Joey Gallo to hit a couple balls the opposite way and win some games. And by the way, Yankees fans, you're not going to win anything until that guy is in your roster. I'm saying it today, and I am rooting for the Red Sox even harder. And whatever team has Joey Gallo, and I didn't dislike Joey Gallo before, but because of his comments, this stupid rule, because it's stupid. I got fans texting me, people I'm friends with. Oh, come on, Ozzie, they need this rule change. The game's not fun anymore because guys hit into the shift. They used to shift in the 80s, geniuses.
Yes,
they just didn't have it as perfect. So what they should do is use the analytics, okay, to have guys hit it the opposite way and move the game with strategy.
Okay, this is a sign. This is a sign in the 80s, okay? Straight up. Pull. Little bit to pull. Nowadays,
they have a guy with
real coaches. The guy coached me, Gold Glove winner, Eddie Brickman. All of a sudden, the guy go, no, now he's like this. Number 5.
I gotta watch the game.
No, hold on.
I
just got a text. I gotta move
by
2 feet.
By the way, all those guys, respect, I got a lot of great friends as a coaches. Most of the coaches they are right now, I'm not talking about the ladies either, they don't know shit about baseball. They only friend with the guy, put the numbers on, they don't know shit. They never played baseball. How the hell you a coach in the big league and you never play in the big league and you go to talk to me about coaching, how I'm going to do it? Why? Okay, you got to do this. Okay, that come up for you? No, that comes from the computer.
I have a question. How many people how many people in the circle of baseball have texted you that all these rules changes are a joke?
Everybody.
Over under. Like, just throw a number out there.
Over 5.
Oh God, everyone.
I've had about 25 text messages about even wives saying, no, this is even wives, women that just watch the game. They're just in shock. Like, you're watching, and there's a part though, and people say it's not a big deal, but this is how it changes. We didn't think rules were going to change. They start taking things away. I'm talking about this. If I have to give back the universal DH to keep the not banning of the shift, I'd do it. Let the pitchers hit.
Yeah. Bro, it's just so many. That's what I said. The people run this game
and
nowadays.
Sure
but it's not even running the game because the Players Association agreed to it.
Yeah.
So Tony Clark, White Beard Santa, this guy is the biggest. By the way, NyynewsTV, make this shirt, please. They made it for Jerry, which I don't like. They made it for a lot of NFL guys. We need one for Tony Clark. No. I want the nose clown on Tony Clark's face.
By the way,
I want the shirt.
Can I tell you a secret?
It's not a secret if you talk.
I don't think Tony Clark, he had shit to do. He just got the face. Mr. Who?
Scott Boras.
Scott Boras is the one running that thing.
So Scott Boras wants a shit.
Or not. Well, Scott Boras is the one behind the scene.
Okay, maybe
they got the guy there. They don't care about baseball. And I respect Scott. I'm seeing Capota. I know a lot of good friends work for Scott. The long fucking guys behind the scene doing that, the owners don't go to hate the Player Association. They're going to hate this guy behind it. And they know,
by the way,
Scott Boras
I'm going to tell you this much right now. I admire Scott Boras.
I do too.
I admire him a lot.
I
think he's been great for the game. If Scott Boras is the one that's behind all this shift stuff, Scott Boras is a new hater on. And with that note, we will end Guillens World. Have a good one.
Before it hits the front page, NyynewsTV.